Today I'm going to show you how you can personalize a few items in your closet. I'm showing you about 5 or 6. I know that I can go on about clothing, so I'm trying to keep the information that I give you to a minimum of useful and helpful information. I have a really comfortable relationship with clothing. I've never felt insecure when it comes to clothing. I've never felt like I had to follow trends. My whole life I've been really comfortable with how I dressed, and so that's why I can go on about clothing for a long time. But today I'm keeping it to useful information. So I'm going to start with denim. These Levi's were purchased at the Goodwill a little while ago. I had my tailor cinch in the waist. When he cinched in the waist, he actually had to move the Levi logo. So he took the Levi logo out, cinched the waist for me, and moved it a little bit, exposing the dark blue denim underneath the logo where the logo was originally placed, and it created this really cool look. I was so thankful and so happy that he did this, fully confident that I would love it. You know, something like this would be pretty huge, and he would have to, normally tailors would have to have that discussion. He didn't call me, nothing. He did it, and that's it. I loved it immediately. I fell in love. I looked at it and I said, this is my style. This was meant to be, because this carefreeness, this handmade quality is my style. So this came first. The cinching of the waist came first. Later on, I added a few rips, and then came the marker, the writing. So on the left hip, we have a little envelope with the word love above it. So this has to do with my favorite emoji. I love sending the emoji with the little heart stamp, with the heart seal. I feel like that's the best one to say I'm sending you love, I'm sending you good vibrations. And a little further down, a little lower than my knee, you have a rip there with some exposed threading. And a little further down, you see this little drawing of a little boy and a little girl kind of playing catch. It's a stick figure, and I gave the girl a little ponytail, and that's my girl and that's my boy. So they're kind of playing catch, and this has to do with the little, I guess you can say, poem or letter that I wrote over the right thigh. It's a letter I wrote for my husband, or thinking of him. I titled it Catch Feelings because it's the first thing I wrote down in the letter. So here, the letter itself is going in one direction in the traditional Western left to right. Here, in bigger, bolder letters, I wrote going down the title Catch Feelings. This playing around with text, direction, intensity, and boldness, I think makes the look even more interesting, because it's kind of reminiscent of an article, a magazine article, a newspaper article. They have to emphasize different parts of the story, and so they play around with the text in that way. Back here in the right pocket in the back, I wrote Petite Belle 81. So petite, I'm 5'3". Belle is my name, Isabel. So I wrote the Belle in bubble letters because that's very New York. That's a style of graffiti, bubble letters. And 81 because I am a child of summer 81. So yeah, further down we have a smiley face. The smiley face is simple, classic, you know, self-explanatory. My husband helped me with this because what I've learned through this experience is that when you wear the denim, it changes. The denim moves. So when you think you've placed it, you didn't really place it. So for this one, I had to put the pants on and have my husband create like a dot somewhere, and that dot would be the head of the smiley face. And so he helped me out here, and he also he drew in the eyes and the smile. I just drew the circle. So that was his help, and I feel like that makes these jeans even more special. So when I am long gone, or when I no longer fit these jeans, they will go to my child. So yeah, so these are very personalized, very special, because they have a lot to do with myself and my husband. So I could just imagine my little baby owning these one day. So next up is my denim skirt. It was large. It was too large for me, so I had my tailor cinch the waist, and it actually has an elastic waist. So I love that because I feel like I can put on a few pounds and I'll be okay. I was very happy with it the way it was, but I don't know, I just got an urge to give it a really bleached effect, and I wanted it only on one side because I do appreciate two-tone denim. So what I did was I unbuttoned the buttons, opened up the skirt, and laid it flat on my living room floor. I grabbed the bottle of Clorox that I use to clean around the house, and I sprayed it very close to the fabric. I just started spraying it everywhere on that one panel, or actually the two panels, the front panel and the back side panel. I didn't have anything in mind. There was no form to it. I was just spraying very closely to the fabric. And that's why you see that it's very patchy, which looks like cloudy, which looks pretty cool to me. It's really patchy, but I don't mind because it lends to the DIY look. The one thing that I feel makes this skirt really cool and clean looking, even though it's very DIY, very patchy, very handmade looking, but the buttons down the center give it a really clean look, and so it makes it look as though you kind of have to wonder, was it made that way or did she do it herself? I appreciate that that it looks a little bit more expensive than it was. I also gave the skirt a raw hem. Raw hems are cool if you're a casual girl like myself. It's like an instant casual coolness to your outfit if you give your outfit a raw hem. And that's not just with denim. I do this a lot with clothing too. Like I'll cut the sleeve right off of this in a certain way so it can pull some strings out and give me a raw finish. I do this a lot with different types of clothing, not just denim. With silk, with cotton, with whatever. So next up is this sheer black shirt with butterfly patches. I was actually looking for this. I don't always jump the gun to make something. I try to look for it first to see if I can save myself time and just find it online. I didn't find anything close to what I wanted. I found things that looked cheap to me and that were not cheap. They were like $60, but they looked cheap. I found like a black t-shirt with butterfly patches in the front only, and I don't like that. I didn't like the way it looked. It looked cheap. So I went online, I bought a $2 sheer blouse and a bunch of patches for like $5 on eBay. And yeah, when I received it, tried it on, make sure it fit the way I wanted it to fit, and I got to sewing. I started sewing. I'm not great at sewing, so if it's something simple like to attach something to something else, I can do that. But if it's like something that requires neatness, like a hem, I would take it to my tailor. I sewed some, got tired, and glued the rest of them on. I put them all over in the front in really pretty areas. Everywhere they're placed was on purpose. I wanted it there. So I put some here. I put one on the shoulder. I put a few in the back, and it's beautiful. It's my shirt, and it's something that I made. So this was another top that I get a lot of compliments for. It looks really pretty. I actually had a video up with this top, but I'm not sure if it's still up. I think that I deleted it. I deleted so many videos recently, I can't even remember which ones I got rid of. But yeah, this is my sheer butterfly patch shirt. Something that you can do very easily. You don't have to settle for something that you see online that you don't really love, and you don't have to settle for outrageous prices. Like I mentioned, the shirt that I saw was like $60, and it wasn't even as pretty as this. It didn't even have the same quality that this had. And this shirt cost me under $7, or about $7 in total with the patches, the cost of the patches and the cost of the shirt itself. So this is probably the easiest thing you can do, and it's grab a t-shirt and put something on it, something you love. A big bowl of vegetables is something that I do appreciate, mainly in the spring and summer, and so I thought about getting this made. I find this to be the easiest way of expressing yourself. You know, you see a lot of t-shirts out there that say a purpose, whatever statement you're making to the world that day. There's a lot of that going on. This is my take on it, I guess. And I actually had a video which I totally regret deleting. I deleted it recently. It was titled Kinda Plain White Tees. That was the name, because it was my white tee collection that I had customized. So it wasn't, they were not plain, they were kind of plain. But anyhow, see, it's titles like that that got me no views. But I'm working on that, like I mentioned. If you're just starting to personalize your clothing, you can grab a white t-shirt from the Goodwill. Goodwill sells in brand new white t-shirts for like $2, 100% cotton, really good quality t-shirts. And if you have something in your mind, like summertime love or whatever, you know, if you have a fascination with a bunch of mangoes, if you're eating mangoes like crazy, which is, I'm saying that because I recently ate like, for the last 2 weeks, I've been eating like 3 mangoes every day, like 3 mangoes every single day, and I broke out here in my jawline and in my neck. I had a rash, and my doctor said that I was allergic to the mangoes. So when it comes to white t-shirts, it's very simple. Think about whatever you're loving at the moment, a book, a story, a person, a song, anything. It literally is anything and everything in your life, and put it on a t-shirt, and that is the easiest way to introduce personalized custom pieces to your wardrobe. This gorgeous, beautiful silk blouse is something that I had tailored. I don't even know which one of these I found at the Goodwill, but that's where it started. I have about 4 or 5 silk blouses with East Asian art, like you see here. I don't know which is the first one that I found at the Goodwill. Oh, I think it's the blue one. I think it's the blue one. Okay, I found one at the Goodwill. I fell in love. It was the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. And so I went online to search that brand and that style, that art on the blouse. And I found a few more on eBay and things like that. Secondhand places like eBay, which is why you shouldn't just, you know, thrift in stores in person. eBay is a great resource, and Poshmark too. So I found about 4 more. So I have like 4 or 5 of these, which I had a video up here on YouTube as well, and I deleted it recently. Showcasing all the blouses. Anyhow, this blouse was completely buttoned to the top, like it was a traditional collar. It was buttoned all the way to the neckline, and the sleeves fell right above my wrist. So I had my tailor give me 3/4 length sleeves, and I had him open up the chest area. And by chest, I mean literally the chest right here where you put vaporu when you're sick, like right here, not like the breast area. So I had him open up the chest area to give me a V. It's beautiful. He did an excellent job. I love this blouse. When I found it, it's all I wore. Like all I wore that summer was these blouses with my loose skirts, and it was the chicest, most stylish outfits that I wore that summer. So it is a matter of you adding your own personal touch, or it's a matter of your tailor making something perfectly fit you and your vision of what you want it to look like. So I hope you found the video very useful. I hope I didn't overwhelm you. I tried really hard not to overwhelm you or myself. Today's a really hot day in New York City. We had an air quality warning. I have my AC, my fan off because my AC and my fan are both really loud. My window is closed because New York City is really loud, and so I'm trying to keep my audio very clean. And so with the day being very hot, the air quality warning, all of my ventilation being shut down for the video, I am very hot, I'm very sticky, I'm sweating, I'm sure you noticed. If you noticed a sweat mustache, please forgive me, don't be offended by it. It's nature, there's nothing to be offended by. I needed to record today. Today is my filming day, and so I had to get to work whether the day is hot or not. I hope you can appreciate that. And again, I hope you found the video very useful. I hope you found good information, helpful information. I hope you know where to start in your journey in customizing and personalizing your closet. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And definitely don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know that I've posted a video. Again, thank you for watching, and have a great day.